Hi everyone, I'm Dahlia Castillo and I'm an immigration attorney in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'm here to talk to you about human trafficking. Human trafficking is a big problem in the United States, and in particularly a big problem in North Carolina. The government has been trying to fight human trafficking for a very long time. So I just want you to understand that there's a difference between human trafficking and smuggling. Human trafficking is where sometimes a person will be promised something really, really good by a trafficker, like a boyfriend, a spouse, an employer, an agent who is putting together work visas for people to come into the U.S. to work, let's say, to work on a farm, for example, or by coyote. And, they'll say something like, for example, you'll be able to work in the U.S., you'll be able to go to school, I'll be able to protect you from, the gangs or whoever it is that's bringing harm to the individual. And so, of course, it's really enticing, and the person will take them up on the offer. And usually you'll have money exchanged, and that's where, monies will be exchanged. Then, after that has happened and you have, the promise starts to disintegrate or fall away by the wayside. And, they start changing the terms of the agreement. Instead of, we'll take you by car, they'll put them in a motel or a house with about 50 or 100 people crammed into a tiny room, or a little, a garage or something like that. They'll have them do chores like cooking and cleaning, and they'll invent debts along the way that, let's say, for example, they initially said it was $1,500 to help this individual come into the U.S. They may say, after they've, held them in a hotel or something like that, they may change that $1,500 may now become $2,500 or $5,000. So now they have to work off the debt, and they sometimes will have to. They'll be forced into sexual acts for pay. They'll put them to work in a strip joint or something like that. And sometimes, when the person is new to the U.S., they don't know that they can report them to the police. Or they'll get calls from the person, the trafficker, and they will threaten them. They'll threaten their families to keep them quiet. So, and this is after they have escaped, or maybe they were released by the trafficker. So now they're forever forced to be quiet because they're afraid for their safety, or they're afraid for their family's safety. So they won't say anything. So you have a lot of people who are afraid to report. Now, even though what has happened to a lot of people, I've had clients who, something like this has happened to them many, many years ago. They'll come and they're able to report what happened to them, because now, as of December 16, 2016, there's a new law that says that, there's no time bar where, regardless of how long ago the trafficking happened, you can report what happened to you. and there's no cutoff where it was before. It was October 2000. If the trafficking, or you were a trafficking victim before October 2000, you would have to report by then. Now with this new regulation, people can come and report if they, are a trafficking victim. So now let's talk about how do we report. I will talk about that in another video. And, again, my name is Dahlia Castillo. I'm an immigration attorney in Fayetteville, North Carolina.